shake to the hairy shake it with me. Come on, do the hairy shake with me. Da 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 da.
Not now, Wiggy. Not in front of our friends.
Oh, but we want to see Quiff dance, don't we? I knew it. They so want to see you dance.
No, Wiggy.
Oh, you're not too proud to dance in front of other people, are you, Quiff?
Huh?
You're not like Boris Boo-Hoo.
What do you mean?
Oh, you must remember the story. You've got to hear this one.
It was a special day for the Ha Ha Hairies down in the curly swirly meadow.
Ha 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 was feeling very excited.
And so was Minnie. It was such a special day that she was wearing a special costume.
A dancing costume. Well, you know what Minnie Ha Ha's like.
Minnie Ha Ha, she is so fantastic. Minnie Ha Ha, she is so gymnastic. Watch her go, stretchy as elastic.
Hopping, leaping,
Skipping, jumping.
careful, Minnie, mind the bumping.
Minnie, oh Minnie Ha Ha.
Pa, Minnie and Chiwa had come to the curly swirly meadow to see something very exciting happen.
And so had we.
The Puffety Pompom tree was about to floop its Puffety Pompoms. Floop, floop. The first 2 Puffety Pompoms belonged to Minnie.
She was so happy she did a little dance.
Because that's what the Ha Ha Hairies always do with Puffety Pompoms.
Yes, this was the day of the Puffety Pom-Pom dance.
Minnie couldn't wait to show her friend Boise her Puffety Pom-Pom dance. So off she skipped to Chateau Shampoo.
But Pa decided to wait by the tree for the next Puffety Pom-Pom to floop.
And we followed Minnie on our Papa Picky.
Papa Picky, 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 Papa me round hairy land.
Round hairy land.
I am Quick.
And I am Wiggy
With a hairy fairy band.
Now, up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo, someone was having lunch. Can you guess who?
Boris Boo-Hoo, what's he gonna do?
Boise had just made hairy beetroot soup.
When we landed in the hairy cactus tree.
Boise was just serving some to Boris when
Minnie Ha Ha turned up.
Boise saw Minnie, and can you guess what happened?
He spilled soup all over Boris.
Minnie told Boise and Boris that the Puffety Pom-Pom tree had started flooping.
Did Boris and Boise want to see her Puffety Pom-Pom dance? You bet. Oh, I wish I could dance like that.
Oh, but you can, Wiggy. You're a great dancer.
Thanks, Chris.
Then Minnie asked Boris if he wanted to try the Puffety Pom-Pom dance. He did not.
So Minnie asked Boise if he wanted to try the Puffety Pom-Pom dance. He did.
So off they went to practice.
Now, secretly, Boris was sure he was the best Puffety Pom-Pom dancer in the whole of Hairyland.
But he was too proud to have a go in front of the others, in case he got it wrong.
Boris needed some Puffety Pom-Poms to practice with.
But he couldn't go to the Puffety Pom-Pom tree because Pa and Chihuahua were there.
So Boris would have to practice with Minnie's Puffety Pom-Poms, alone, where nobody could see him.
And for that, he needed a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can.
He needs a plan, he needs it quick.
He needs to plan a clever trick.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
The plan was hairy beetroot soup.
Yep, Boris asked Boise and Minnie to make lots more, enough to keep them busy all day.
So while Minnie and Boise were making soup, Boris said he would take care of Minnie's Puffety Pom-Poms, just to make sure they didn't get spoiled.
So now Boris had the Puffety Pom-Poms and was ready to dance.
A brush!
I can't wait to see this.
He checked to make sure nobody was watching him.
He was about to dance when who should be passing by?
Ma Ha Ha!
Boris went into a panic.
The kind of panic that makes you throw Puffety Pom-Poms.
Ma was going to see the Puffety Pom-Poms go floop. She asked Boris if he wanted to come.
But he said no thanks. He was, busy.
So Ma went on her way, and Boris went to look for the Puffety Pom-Poms and...
They'd fallen in the pond.
This was a disaster!
Boris dried the Puffety Pom-Poms with a fluffer-upper. They looked as good as new.
Boris decided he'd better practice his dancing somewhere else. Far away from ponds.
In her arty den garden, Nana was painting a Puffety Pom-Pom tree, and she had trays of green and orange paint.
But she'd forgotten her sploshy sponge stick to paint on the Puffety Pom-Poms.
Boris was looking for somewhere to practice his Puffety Pom-Pom dance.
No way were we going to miss this, so we'd followed him. Coming in a bit fast! Boris thought that Nana must have gone to the curly-swirly meadow to wait for the pom-poms to floop. So this was a good place to do his dance. But...
Nana came back. When she saw Boris and the Puffety Pom-Poms, Nana wanted only one thing.
To dance the Puffety Pom-Pom dance!
But Boris did not want to dance. Not in front of Nana, and certainly not with Nana.
She spun him around and round.
And then this happened.
The Puffety Pom-Poms had landed in the paint.
This is much worse than having your pom-poms in the pond.
I know.
And now there was one orange one and one green one.
Poor Minnie. Those were her own special Puffety Pom-Poms.
Nana didn't know they were Minnie's pom-poms. She just thought they were perfect for painting the Puffety Pom-Poms on her Puffety Pom-Pom picture.
Much better than a sploshy sponge stick.
Back in the curly-swirly meadow, at last the Puffety Pom-Pom tree did this. Floop, floop, floop.
And back at Chateau Shampoo, Minnie and Boise had finished making the beetroot soup. It was time to dance.
Minnie and Boise ran out of the front door just as Boris arrived home. When Minnie saw the orange and green Puffety Pom-Poms, she was so happy. Look how they matched her dancing costume. Thanks, Boris.
It was time for the Puffety Pom-Pom dance. And Boris had to join in.
You're gonna shake, 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 shake. You wanna shake, 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 shake. Get ready to shake, 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 shake with me. Do the hairy shake with me. Do the hairy shake with me. Do the hairy shake with me.
We got to see him dance in the end, even though it was the last thing he wanted to do.
It's silly being proud. You miss out on all the fun.
You're right there, Wiggy. So, shall we dance?
You bet.
Yay! Do the hairy shake with me, da 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 da. Do the hairy shake with me. Woo! Come on, Wiggy, why are you dancing? Do the hairy shake.
Because you're making me laugh.
Good, laughing is good.
But I can't laugh and dance at the same time.
Sure you can.
I can't. Stop it. You're so bad.